UFC Austin is this weekend. Beneil Dariush is taking on Arman Tsarukyan. This fight is going to be really good. I think this is going to be a heavy grappling matchup between the two fighters. Both fighters have a ton on the line. Beneil Dariush is fighting to stay as a top contender and possibly fight for the belt one last time before he hangs it up. Arman Tsarukyan is fighting to become the next biggest threat in the lightweight division and to Islam Makhachev. I believe he has the best chance amongst everyone else to beat Islam Makhachev. Beneil is coming off a loss against Charles Oliveira, and Arman is coming off a great win against Joaquim Silva. We're going to break down this fight. I'm going to tell you who I think is going to win and how the fight's going to play out. But before we do, please give this video a like, comment who you think is going to win and how the fight's going to play out, and subscribe. Now let's get into it. In the main event, we have Beneil Dariush ranked 4th in the lightweight division taking on Arman Tsarukyan ranked 8th in the lightweight division. I think this fight is going to be very interesting. I think this is going to be a heavy grappling matchup. I do think we are still going to see a lot of striking. I think if Beneil Dariush can't take down Arman, or if Arman can't take down Beneil Dariush, this will just leave it to the stand-up and who has better striking, who has better kicks, and who can block the most power punches between the two. I think Beneil Dariush, he is a very good fighter. You know, he's top 5 for a reason. His striking is good. His power is insane. Beneil Dariush lands 3.79 significant strikes per minute, which is very high for a top 5 UFC fighter. And he only absorbs 2.63 significant strikes per minute, which is very important because he is landing more strikes than he is getting hit with. And this is going to be very important compared to Arman. He has an 80% takedown defense. This means that Arman is going to have to keep going for the takedowns, play dirty, fight in the clinch, throw shoulder strikes, throw the knees, constantly fight the battle because Beneil Dariush is very strong. Beneil Dariush is really good at control. He's great at balance, and he knows the ground game really well. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I mean, what he has done to his opponents, to Mateus Gamrot on the ground, Tony Ferguson on the ground, Diego Ferreira on the ground, like, he has shown that he is a complete ground specialist. Beneil Dariush is dangerous, and I really wouldn't be shocked if Arman got caught in something because Beneil Dariush is a monster in jiu-jitsu. He is really good at setting traps, but it's his control and his balance that keeps him alive. He doesn't land a lot of ground and pound on the ground, but he knows how to control you and keep you from getting up, and that's going to be important. But I think Arman Tsarukyan will win this fight, and this is why. I think Arman Tsarukyan, not only is he the next upcoming star and a big threat to everybody, and his striking's good and his grappling's good, he is very composed when he fights. He just keeps going after it and he stays calm. He doesn't do anything crazy when he fights. He doesn't throw any crazy strikes. He stays technical and he's super fast with it. When you watch Arman strike, he is down 1-2 back, 1-2 back, and his blocking is amazing. His striking is very, very underrated given his grappling experience. Arman Tsarukyan lands 3.82 significant strikes per minute, which is really high, and only absorbs 1.91 significant strikes per minute, which is super, super low. And the reason why that is so low is because he is really good and technically sound, but it's also because of his takedowns. Arman Tsarukyan lands 3.43 takedowns per 15 minutes, which is about 1 takedown per round. Arman is deadly, and you're going to be taken down or at least clinched up upon Arman when you fight him. Arman is the guy who's throwing the 1-2, he's clinching up with you, and he's looking for the takedown. When Arman Tsarukyan fought Damir Usmagulov, who at that time was supposed to defeat Arman, Arman had 7 takedowns and only landed 34 significant strikes. He didn't land a lot of significant strikes. He's not looking to exchange a lot of punches with you. He wants to get a hold of you, take you down, control you, and land some ground and pound. That is where his bread and butter is. That's where he is winning the fight. When you watch Arman and Joaquim Silva, it's exactly what happened. Arman landed 80 significant strikes, just striked whenever Joaquim was backing up or coming close to him, struck enough with him where Joaquim is blocking up high, and then Arman shoots down low, and he landed 4 takedowns in that fight. Arman is deadly, and I think this is where he wins. I think Beneil Dariush won't be able to strike with Arman. And let's just say, if Arman goes for a lot of takedowns and Beneil Dariush defends every single one, I think Arman's striking is still so much better than Beneil's, where I just don't see Beneil's power or his range or really any of his striking threats becomes dangerous to Arman. I think Arman is very, very technically sound. I mean, Arman's striking defense is 54%. That's actually pretty good for a top 10 UFC fighter. I think Arman, he's going to go for the takedowns a lot in this fight. I think Beneil Dariush will defend some. I think Beneil's grappling is very good, but I don't think he's going to be able to defend all the takedowns because of the striking and the striking threat to Beneil Dariush. And I just don't think Beneil Dariush, you know, he's as fluid as Arman. I think Arman is very smooth. He's very quick, and he can disguise his takedowns very well. And he really knows how to get into the clinch game and land the elbows and knees and take his opponent down. And I feel like Beneil Dariush, he feels clunky sometimes. I feel like when he's striking, he's just striking. And when he's grappling or in the clinch game, that's what he's doing. He's not doing anything else. He doesn't really multitask in a way. He doesn't clinch and throw a lot of elbows, take you down, and ground and pound you out. Like, he doesn't, it's not as fluid, I feel like, as Arman. And I think that will be the biggest difference. I think Beneil's great, but I think this is the end of Beneil Dariush. I think he loses to Arman Tsarukyan, he falls down the rank, and he'll probably fight maybe like Dan Hooker or RDA maybe again, or Bobby Green or something, or Renato Moicano, and just kind of fall out of it. I think Beneil Dariush is getting older, but I just feel like his competition is just right there with him and just a little bit better. I think these upcoming guys in the lightweight division are going to slowly kill off the people that we grew up with, the Justin Gaethjes, the Beneil Dariushes, the Dustin Poiriers, the Michael Chandlers, like all these great fighters that we grew up with, the upcomers, the Arman Tsarukyans, the Gamrots, Benoit Saint Denis. These fighters are coming up, and I think they are taking over, and I think this might be the end of Beneil Dariush, but I could be wrong. It is MMA. Anything can happen, but I am still putting all my money on Arman. That's what I think. That's how I think the fight's going to play out. Be sure to like, comment who you think's going to win, how you think the fight's going to play out, and be sure to subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video.